just show appreciation for everything they're doing for you, and just let them know that they're doing a good job. Also, the school experience is very different, so I'll just be going through a quick set of things. There is a dress code. You will not have to follow it on point, like on T, but you will have to dress up just so that you're being respectful of their culture. Um, there are block scheduling, so there are longer classes. You will not be going from, well, you only stay for one class, but they don't go from classroom to classroom. It's actually the teacher's job to go from classroom to classroom, so you stay in the same classroom with the same classmates all day and essentially all year, because you get paired with kids that take the same classes as you, so you have the same classmates all year, all day. Um, Classes are more lecture based. There's It's more note taking, lectures, and the relationship between you and the teacher is not um, friendly. It's more about, you know, their authority and you're a student and you're trying to learn. It's more of a it's more disciplined. You have to show respect towards them at all times, whether that be what you say and how you speak to them, and nonverbal as well. You have good posture. You don't want your feet up on the desk or table. Um, there is corporal punishment, which you shouldn't worry about, but you should also be aware that you might see like kids getting like hit with a ruler or something. That's not something that is far fetched for a school in Russia. Um, and also while you're in when you go to the English class, if for whatever reason your teacher can't make it and you won't have a substitute teacher, it'll be um, it'll be the principal that comes in, gives you work, and takes attendance and lets you um, work on that. And then for sports, they're not very common like they are here, mainly because they're under budgeted. So just be aware that the your host family, the kids might not play sports, and that doesn't mean they're not active. It just they're not very popular. And then public culture, when going out, you want to dress up. You don't want to look like a bum. They think that if you wear sweatpants and t-shirts, you kind of look like a bum. You don't want to smile at them. You don't, especially to strangers, especially if they're the same sex. You don't want to. They might think you're laughing at them. So don't smile at random strangers. When you meet someone, firm handshake is usually the way to go. No hugging really at all. Um, and also, the Russians have a darker sense of humor, so just be aware that they're not being insensitive of certain groups. That's just the way their humor is. The public transportation in cities is very good. So I don't know how many of you have ridden metros or buses, but you will be using that with your host family and with us as a means of getting around in towns and cities. Um, Something that's not big, they probably won't take you out at night just because it can be unsafe in larger towns and cities, so just be aware of that. And then some dining manners that tie into home, and just if you're at a restaurant, don't be messy, don't wear a hat, and don't put your elbows on the table. Um, they can't be resting on the table, so just be aware of that. And you can't leave the table until the host of the group or the elder of the group has gotten up. You can excuse yourself to go to the bathroom, but you must come back. So just know that you kind of have to be respectful even when you're eating. Just clean up after yourself. And the dishes you see here are very potato based. That's a potato stew and potato patties. Since there are a lot of potatoes in Russia, just know that you will be eating a lot of things with potatoes in them. And then lastly, just know that they are the hosts are very um, proud of giving good service to you